One of the most common questions I get is that people ask me whether they can start dancing after a certain age, whether they can learn Bharatanatyam as adults. I'm going to say that it is very, very difficult because it is a physical form. One of the things that happens with adults, as I see largely, is that they give up easily, and they also don't have the resilience of children. Usually, I'm not going to say there is no exception to that. When children come to learn, if you teach them something, by the time I turn around and turn back, they've already repeated it 10 times. The same thing in an adult class. If I teach an adult something and I turn around and I turn back, they're standing, you know. So that's why they say children assimilate faster, much faster than adults, because they don't have any self-judgment or shame associated with going wrong. So if you teach them something, they're willing to try about 10-15 times while they're making mistakes continuously. An adult has this judgment that is there, and they usually are hesitant to try. They want to intellectualize everything before trying. So this is a physical form. You can only get better by moving and by trying. As an adult, you can definitely start, but the things that are expected of you are the same as children. You have to have the vulnerability, you have to have the dedication, the time to practice, and the commitment, which is the hardest thing, because as adults you have so many other things that you need. You have to spend time thinking about many other things, unlike children who have their minds free, and because adults are taking care of things. As an adult, you have to know that when you enter a classical form, have realistic expectations. One, know that it's going to take time. You can't start today, and because you can intellectualize, it doesn't mean that you can start performing in 2 years. It's not going to happen. It's still going to take 6 years. A child takes those 6 years to start performing, and takes another 4 or 5 years to even look decent on stage. It takes about 10 to 15 years for anybody to hold their ground. As an adult, know that it's going to take the same amount of time. There's no cutting short of time. So as long as you're willing to put in the time, put in the effort, be dedicated, I don't see why not. Of course you can start dancing as an adult, but know that these are the expectations of a classical form, and you cannot suddenly quit because you're stagnating at some point. You have to push through the stagnation and continue. If you're willing to do that, yes, you can start dancing as an adult. Know that there are demands, but classical Indian forms are quite a bit more forgiving on the body, so you should be fine.